Hi, my name is Fadl Rahman and we are going to discuss how can we write a custom JavaScript variable in the Google Tag Manager by using the JavaScript language. So we are in the Google Tag Manager. You can see that you have to click on the variable. So there will be the two option built-in variable because this will be provided by the Google Tag Manager. But if you want to create a custom variable, then you have to scroll down and these will be the user defined variable, and it means that you can create your own variable on your demand. So you have to click on the new and click on the variable configuration. So there would be the option what would you select. So this is our option. You have to select on the custom JavaScript. So basically we are going to write our first custom JavaScript variable. So when you have to write a variable for the Google Tag Manager, you will use the function expression or function statement because Google Tag Manager use this variable again and again when you reload the page when the website open, because this variable is used as a condition in the trigger as a trigger to fire, and this trigger is used to tag to fire. Therefore Google Tag Manager will use this variable again and again. We know that function in the JavaScript, it is the piece of the code or the information which is stored and we can use it again and again. Therefore when you have to write a variable in the Google Tag Manager, you will then you have to use the function expression. So how can we use it? So you have to write function. So function, but basically in the common way, when we write a function expression in the common JavaScript, we have to give the name of function. But in the Google Tag Manager, you do not need a name to this function, because this function or this code of the variable would be placed in the separate box, because Google Tag Manager gives each variable gives the separate box to the each variable, because this code or this function would be placed in the separate box, in the separate variable box. Therefore the Google Tag Manager would not find any difficulty to find this code or find this function. So we give the name function, we give the name to the function in this case when we have a multiple function and these multiple function are placing in one place. So when we choose the one specific function, so we have to give the name to identify what function we are going. So for the case of the Google Tag Manager, you do not need to give a name to this function. So because then you have to use the empty parenthesis and use the bracket. So uh, now we are using the variable. So we, for example, we use the let, and our variable name would be URL. So you can name your variable what you want. So now we are putting the value, we are giving the value to our variable. So for example, I say that window. So window, you have to put the dot and put the location and put the dot and href and close this. So what this mean, window location href? Basically, you know that if you if you know the JavaScript language, you can know that what is the object. Basically window is the object. It is a object contains all the string, all the information of all the values, and all the string and string have the each values. So basically it is the window is the object. So basically let me explain you. uh, for example, I just open my website. Okay, so let me wait to open this website. So basically this is the website. On this page it is known as the object. What means the object? Object contains all the information of this page. What is the URL of this page, what is the size of page, what is the length of this page. So how can we identify? Let me show you. You have to go to the inspect, and when you go to the inspect, you will see you have to click on the console. So let me zoom out. So you have to go to the console. So console, And for example, if I write window, sorry, so we just print our code window dot log window. So basically window is the object, so it contains the value. It is variable, like you would understand that variable. This is the you can simple way you can understand. It is the array. It contains the multiple values. When you click print, and you will see that. So sorry, we just put the semicolon. We just so let me write it again. Console log window and put the semicolon. We just put the wrong spelling. So console log window and put the semicolon. So you will see that window basically it is a variable which contains a large of number of the values, or each values have its own information. So in the JavaScript, you know, the JavaScript basically object, it is known as it contains the large number of the arrays, large number of the values, and each values contain its own information. So basically it is a window. When you open the window, so I have to check that. So you will see that it contains a lot of information. So let me open. So you will see that it contains all the page information which contains. So let me open this window, and you will find your our location folder. So you have to scroll down, and you will see that this is the our location folder. When you open this folder, so you will find that this is the href. It contains the this folder contains the information of the URL. So I am just as I write this code, I just write this variable, and I just contain this information. I just giving the instruction that you have to go to the window, and in the window you have to go to the location folder and go find the href. So now I have to write the return, and so what is our variable URL, and use the dot. And so we also put the condition that this URL, this variable must contain includes. So what it include? It could include, you have to put quotation marks, like it contain contact. Okay. So close this semicolon and close this bracket. So what they are saying, we are using the return, and we, because in this code we are not just printing this code. Why are we using the return? Basically, in the Google Tag Manager, we'll send this information to the page, and we'll see that this information is present or not. Just Google Tag Manager send this information to verify that, to send this information to this location, and to verify that this word is present or not on this information, so that this information will return to the Google Tag Manager. So when we use the console log, then we just print, and this would be show you in the console. But we are using the return because the Google Tag Manager is sending this information to the page and want to know that this value is present or not. So if this value is present or not, so this information will return to the Google Tag Manager. So this, then the Google Tag Manager will act according to this information. So therefore we are using the return. Okay, so now our code has been complete, and you would understand how can we write complete our code. So you have to save your variable. And so what I say that I just want, so contact. So basically my variable purpose was that in the URL contact word must be present. So you have to save this your custom variable. I think you would understand the basic concept of how can you write your variable in the custom JavaScript variable in the Google Tag Manager. So this is from me. Thank you so much.